But that first 15 minutes of the second game, how much do you let it concern you?
Oh, yeah, we gave away a couple of free kicks in centre bounces. They kicked to a dangerous area and got a couple of goal line goals. So, you know, that's nothing structural or, you know, nothing, you know, individuals didn't play poorly. It was just that when you got really good opposition and they get free kicks out of the centre and pump it in there 3 times in a row, you're under the pump early. But no, they were very good. I was really impressed with Hawks, just how they presented themselves and moved the footy. They looked really lively and they really got the jump on us.
Lee Adams didn't come back on. What was your impressions of that situation?
Oh, that's something the AFL will look at. Was obviously off the ball, so I didn't see it. But I'm sure off the ball incidents get looked at very, very closely. So that's in their hands now.
Is he fine, or is he?
We didn't come back on, so there's no point taking a risk with him. So look, the guys told me he could have come back on, but it just seemed the smart thing to do to leave him off.
Is there any injury or dramas for next week sort of thing?
Oh no, it's just when someone goes down like that, you think, you know, shoulder, knee, but it was his head, so he's all right.
Given your record against the top teams last year, right, is that just getting some confidence up, something that you've really impressed the players, you know, against the better teams?
Well, yeah, you only get confidence from your performance. So anyone who tells you I just go out and build some self-belief, well, they don't know competitive sport, because the only way you build self-belief is through performance, and the only way you can improve your performance is bit by bit. So we know we've got a fair bit of work to do. I mean, where we finished last year and where Hawthorn finished, that game was probably reflective of that. So we've still got some work to do.
Who and what impressed you over the night?
For us or for Hawthorn? I can reel off a few for Hawthorn if you want. Look, I think you know, Ben Cunnington is starting to look like an AFL midfielder now. We probably did him a disservice early on in his career because we just, you know, we didn't have a midfield, so we had to play Bastanak and Cunnington as 18-year-olds as inside midfielders. And you know, these days you look at the size of AFL midfielders now; they're big boys. So, but now 3 years on, he's starting to look like a genuine AFL midfielder, so he was pleasing.
Grime, has he got a knee?
Yeah, look, it was his knee. I can't really give you much information, unfortunately. We'll just go and get the necessary scans and find out. But to be honest, it didn't look great to me. So, but I'm not a doctor, so we'll get the scans and find out tomorrow.
They were talking about, I know you can't say that, but was there any worry that it may be an ACL? They were talking on the radio that it was more medial.
Look, the physios and doctors at first glance, and they don't scan him, they just do their tests, and they think his ACL is still well and truly intact. So, you know, but you don't really know definitively until you go and get it checked with an MRI.
How's Lee Adams?
Dazed and confused, but he's okay. That I was told he could come back on, but we're not going to take any risks in the NAB Cup with head injuries.
Robbie Town against the Tigers, very happy with the way he's performed.
Yeah, he performed the way I thought he would. He's had a really good pre-season, and I thought he was terrific in defence when Luke Delaney came off as well against the Hawks. So he's starting to look like the key position player we drafted.